welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 2. We are heading over to this planet here to go and recruit Tali. We've received information that Tali is on this planet here, which was a former Quarian colony until it was evacuated after the Geth Uprising 300 years earlier. Now, why the Elusive Man thinks that Tali will be willing to join them now when she wasn't before, I don't know. Who really gives a crap anyway? All that really matters is we know she's there, and that's our next mission. Now, there is kind of something wrong, if you're not willing to read all that crap there, there's kind of something wrong with the star this planet is orbiting around. It's producing too much radiation. So there's a kind of a funny thing about this planet. Stay out of the sun. That's basically all I can say. I'll bring Thane along for this one. And Kasumi. Now the thing about them... Oh, you're gonna see that with the bug here. Steps out of the shadows into the sunlight and gets burnt alive.
Our data indicates that Tali is somewhere in these ruins. There is considerable Geth activity and an environmental hazard. Solar output has overwhelmed Hastrom's protective magnetosphere. Exposure to direct sunlight will damage your shields.
I'm going to demonstrate this whole sun radiation thing by running over here and stepping into the sunlight. Now, what it does is it goes and burns away your shields. It overloads your shields. However, once your shields are gone, it will not start to whittle away your health. It'll be fine. The only problem is if you get into a firefight, it can be a real pain in the ass to have your shields disappear like that. And you can basically stay in here forever, and the shields will never kill you, and that beeping slows down, but nothing really happens. Now, these two people I've taken with me, Thane and Kasumi, they are both...
My shields are overheating.
Oh, really?
I'm wearing black. Can we get in the shade, please?
Well, anyway, they're both Sentinels, meaning they both have a mix of tech powers and biotic powers. Unfortunately, that means they don't have a whole lot of direct fire power. But considering that we're going into Geth territory, it's a good idea to have at least one character. It's a good idea to have at least one character with tech powers. Now that could have been Thane or Kasumi or Miranda or whatever. Anybody with tech powers, because you need somebody who can use overload or disable or whatever the hell that power is called to take out mechs. Unfortunately, I may have gone overkill. I just wanted to use two characters because I hadn't used them in a combat situation yet. Yeah. In reality, it would have been best had I brought another character along like Grunt or Zaid. Maybe even one of the vanguards like Jack or Jacob. Somebody who can bring a little more firepower into this fight. But anyway, it's not too big of a deal. Unless you're playing on the higher difficulties, you really don't have to concern yourself too much with who you're choosing, because most all the characters will perform well enough. Oh, dead Quarian. Seems as though the Geth got the jump on that. Here's a kind of a funny thing here. The Quarians invented the Geth. I don't know if I've mentioned that during this playthrough, but I definitely did during the playthrough of Mass Effect 1. And it's a very important part of the Mass Effect backstory. The Quarians, 300 years earlier, had invented the Geth as a means of, like, cheap menial labor. Unfortunately, they gained their own sentience. They weren't just machines anymore. They had thoughts and minds. They basically became alive, for lack of a better word. The Quarians freaked out and tried to exterminate them. and the Geth rebelled. Started a war, kind of a civil war between the Geths and the Quarians. The Geth won. The Quarians were exiled from their own space and now live on what's called the migrant fleet. It's a whole bunch of spaceships flying around in the sky, all through space, just trying to survive. And they've been doing this for 300 years. It's pretty absurd. Okay, we're gonna have a cutscene coming up. Ooh, new submachine gun.
This is Squad Leader Calringer. Come in. Over.
That is the voice of Adam Baldwin.
This is Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I passed a lot of dead Quarians on the way in. You're the first survivors I found.
Wait. Shepard. Inspector Tally worked with? Oh, don't know why you're here, but right now any organic is a welcome sight. Patch your radio into channel 617 Theta. We're on a stealth mission, high risk. We found what we were after. Geth found us. They've got us pinned down. Can't get to our ship. Can't transmit data through the solar radiation.
What's the status of your team? How many of you are left?
We were a small squad, a dozen Marines plus the science team. We're down to half strength now. Made the synthetic bastards pay for it, though.
What brought you this deep into Geth-controlled space?
You're asking the wrong person, Shepard. I just point and shoot. Something about the sun. It's going bad faster than it should. Some kind of energy problem.
Any idea where the Geth came from?
One of their patrol ships found us. Dropships started raining Geth down on our heads before we could get off-world. Systems under Geth control. We knew they made planetary sweeps periodically. We hoped going low emissions would hide us.
Do we have to worry about the Geth sending in reinforcements?
I don't think so. Their patrol ship hasn't lifted off again. The radiation blocks all off-world communication.
How are you holding up? We can be there in a few minutes.
Take it slow and careful. Direct sunlight fries your shields all to hell. We're bunkered down at base camp across the valley. I left Talizora at a secure shelter that doubled back to hold the choke point. Getting Tally out safely is our top priority. If you can extract her, we'll keep them off you.
You've got confirmation that the Geth haven't reached Tally yet?
Affirmative. Left my best men with her. When you get here, you can talk to her on the comm. Every Marine on this rock is sworn to protect Talizora. As long as one of us is still drawing air, she'll be safe.
Hold position. We'll hit their back ranks.
Wait, watch your ass. We got a dropship coming in.
Shepard, I have scanned the area and located the demolition charges the Quarry Commander mentioned.
Now, kind of a funny thing about Adam Baldwin in this game, playing Calringer.
My shields are down.
He is on a TV show right now called Shut. John Casey. Now, on that show is also an actress named Yvonne Strahovski, who plays a character named Sarah Walker. She is also in this game playing the character of Miranda Lawson. The character of Miranda actually kind of looks like her too. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, about the whole Geth thing. The Civil War, Geth win. The Quarians get exiled, flying around in space. They've essentially become the space trash because no one likes them around.
We need a core sample to get a timeline on the rate of radiation increase, but our equipment keeps dying on us. Shepard once used a mining laser to clear some rubble back on Therum. Maybe I can do something similar with demolition charges.
But after exiling the Quarians from their own space, the Geth never pursued them. Which is kind of funny. You'd think the Geth would want to continue the fight. But once the Quarians were gone, the Geth settled down and didn't follow them, and there was no contact from the Geth for 300 years. Not until the first Mass Effect game. Very nice. But anyway, this planet was a Quarian planet, and the Geth ran them off of the planet, but since that time, find no real evidence of the Geth inhabiting the planet after that. So the Geth ran the Quarians off of the planet and then didn't use it. Didn't have it, didn't live on it, didn't do anything with it. Now the Quarians return for studying the weird radiation in the star, and then the Geth decide to return. Just because the Quarians showed up. Oh, turn around, idiot. This new submachine gun is pretty nice. Rapid fire. And better than the one I had before, anyway. Now I have to pick up a couple of explosive charges. This is the second one here. And go set it up on this. Oh, jeez, more Geth. Always more Geth. Get over that thing. You want to be behind it, not in front of it. The idea behind Geth is that they are not... the machines that you see are not the actual Geth. The machines that you see and them shooting at and all that are really just like host bodies for the Geth. Machines that exist to house their programs, because each Geth is actually a program that is running on the software on these bodies.
Can't get a lock.
Now each Geth program is actually quite stupid. But the more Geth that you get into a single place, the more intelligent they become, because they kind of network their minds together, and it allows them to increase their intelligence because it's more thought going in everything, greater computing power. But more than one Geth program can exist in a body at the same time, so that's a way of increasing the intelligence of a Geth. We'll see more about that later. The thing that really bothered me here, aside from me mindlessly wandering off like I'm doing right now, looking for something that apparently doesn't exist. Standing and getting a suntan. Figured I'd say that right eventually.
That's all of them.
But over here, we had to find these explosive charges to get rid of this obstruction out of the way. Now, I mean, come on. Shepard's an Alliance Marine and a Spectre and all that. He can't climb over that thing? Or maybe squeeze between the pillar and the wall there? I mean, come on. It was pathetic. It was retarded. Couldn't they have thought of a better thing than that? Pisses me off. Oh! Down Geth.
This is Quarian architecture. Or what remains of it.
This deep behind Geth lines? Hope the Quarians got what they were looking for.
Our ancestors walked these halls with uncovered heads. The sun must have been normal back then. Hello? Is anyone there?
Tally, it's Shepard. I'm sorry, everyone here is dead. Any survivors must have fallen back.
We knew this mission was high risk. Damn it. And what are you doing here, Shepard? We're in the middle of Geth space.
I've got a mission, remember? It's dangerous, but you don't seem averse to high-risk missions these days.
I'll discuss the mission as soon as the gunfire dies down. Call Rieger and what's left of the Marines got me into the observatory. From where you are, it's through the door and across the field. I got the data I needed and I'm safe for now, but I've got a lot of Geth outside.
What's this research you're after?
It's about this world's sun. It's aging faster than it should. I can tell you more about it once we've got fewer Geth shooting at us.
Would it help if I brought in the Normandy?
Doubtful. These buildings are centuries old. If you bring down heavy fire, this whole place could collapse on us.
Is anyone else still with you, or are you alone out there?
Rieger had a team of Marines covering me when I ran for the observatory. At least some of them are still alive. I can hear them firing at the Geth outside.
It looks like somebody sealed the door against the Geth and the console is damaged. Can you get it open on your end?
Let me see. Yes, I can do it. Here. Should be unlocked now. Be careful, Shepard, and please do what you can to keep Rieger alive.
I'll take it.
Okay, we know where Tali is now. And apparently I'm going the wrong way. That was wrong with me. Or, no, was I going the wrong way? No, I guess not. Cool. We know where Tali is. She's locked in a building up ahead. But we're going to have to fight our way through quite a number of other Geth before we can get to her. And some of them like this Geth Destroyer here. Geth Prime. Can't read it. It's a problem. Are quite difficult, quite powerful. That's where Tali's Geth power and that's really useful against synthetic parts. Unfortunately, a Vanguard like Shepard is not exactly best at taking down these kinds of enemies. He doesn't have the extremely high firepower of a soldier that would allow him to just deal out of direct damage. In fact, a lot of the powers that Shepard uses, like shockwave, charge, all that kind of things, won't work against a shielded target like a lot of the Geth are. And something like shockwave isn't going to work against a flying enemy like that. And things like Reeve, which can take away health. Shepard, not extremely effective against these things either. So I have to rely a little more heavily on the other characters I've taken with me. Here is another example of me wandering off mindlessly in the wrong direction. But not a total loss. In the event that you want to bypass a lot of that combat, or at least get a flank on your enemies, you can travel this way. It leads back to the entrance of this area. Unfortunately, it's all exposed to the sun, and you're going to lose all your shields by the time you get to the other side, meaning that you're likely going to be caught up into a battle completely unshielded. That's not good. It's Colossus.
Oh god, Colossus!
Get down!
This is problematic.
Now, if you remember, the Geth Colossus from the original Mass Effect was a very large enemy that's difficult to take down. In fact, it's best fought inside of a vehicle, like the Mako. On foot, it's a little bit harder to destroy. Here's Cal Rieger. Remember conversation with him.
Squad Leader Cal Rieger, Migrant Fleet Marines. We talked on the radio before that dropship arrived. I still got no idea why you're here. This ain't the time to be picky. Allie's inside over there. Geth killed the rest of my squad, and they're trying to get to her. Best I've been able to do is draw their attention.
Are you sure she's still alive?
The observatory is reinforced. Even the Geth will need time to get through it. And it's hard to hack a door when someone's firing rockets at you. The Geth are near platoon strength, but the Colossus is the worst part. It's got a repair protocol. Huddles up and fixes itself. I can't get a clear shot while it's down like that. I tried to move in closer, and one of the bastards punched a shot clean through my suit.
How bad is your suit damaged?
Combat SEALs clamped down to isolate contamination, and I'm swimming in antibiotics. The Geth might get me, but I'm not gonna die from an infection in the middle of a battle. That's just insulting.
What can you tell me about the battlefield?
Right side's got a catwalk with a sniper perch. You can wreak some havoc from there, but none of my men made it past the Geth. The middle's got cover, but the damn Colossus has a clear shot at you the whole time, and you've got Geth coming in from both sides. The left gives you some cover from the Colossus, but your ass is hanging out for the Geth. That's how I got shot.
Any ideas on how to deal with the Colossus?
Standard protocol with armature-class units is to sabotage the shields and whittle it down, you know? Kill it with bug bites. But the repair protocol blows that plan to hell. We try to wear it down, it just huddles up and fixes itself. So whatever we do has to scrap that bastard fast. Probably means getting up close, past that cover.
We need to get to Tally. Got any ideas?
Just one! I'm not moving so well, but I can still pull a trigger, and I got a rocket launcher that the sun hasn't fried yet. You move in close. I'll keep the Colossus busy, maybe even drop its shields. With luck, you'll be able to finish it off.
You've done enough, Rieger. You don't need to throw your life away.
Wasn't asking your permission. My job is to keep Tally safe.
We don't have enough people on our side for you to take one for the team. Stand down!
I'm not gonna stand there while you run into enemy fire. They killed my whole squad.
And if you want to honor your squad, watch my back. I need you here in case they bring reinforcements.
All right, Shepard. We'll do it your way. Hit him for me. Kilos alive.
Get ready.
Now this Colossus is essentially the boss of this mission here. That's very difficult to take down, and you really can't do it from this far away. Because, like Rieger said, it will hunker down and kill itself. Now, you can go left, right, or across the center. As a vanguard, I take the left side, because I can essentially rush across most of it and avoid the firefight you get bogged down in like I did there. Even shooting it from here is kind of a bad idea. Unfortunately, the Geth will keep coming. At least I think they will keep coming until you destroy the Colossus. So standing around and picking away at the minor Geth, the smaller Geth moving around and attacking you, you'll be stuck there forever. Never gonna So even though it's a horrible firefight the entire way, you have to move forward. And now here I am deciding to target the Geth. Now what you want to do is destroy it before it has a chance to heal itself. So using things like overload on it and heavy weapons like this missile launcher that I have here is really what you want to use. Unfortunately in this fight your other characters are likely to get taken out. I'm surprised these characters are still alive. Now in the first game, the only real time to take on the Colossus is if you were in the making, which was a tank vehicle that was hated. Control like shit, believe it. Or if the armatures were for a slightly smaller version of the Colossus, easier to destroy. Now if you had to fight them, it would, on foot, it'd probably be a good boss battle, like this one was. Now even though I destroyed the Colossus, there's still another Geth.
Can't get a lock.
So I'm gonna take that down real quick. And now all the fighting's over. We can move in and go talk to Tally.
Just a second. I locked the door to keep more Geth from getting inside. There, that should do it. Just let me finish this download. Thank you, Shepard. If not for you, I would never have made it out of this room. This whole mission has been a disaster. I wish I'd joined you back on Freedom's Progress, but I couldn't let anyone take my place on something this risky.
A lot of Quarians lost their lives here. Was it worth it?
I don't know, Shepard. It wasn't my call. The Admiralty Board believed the information here was worth sacrificing all our lives for. I have to believe that they know what's best.
I didn't ask what some admiral thought. I asked what you thought.
A lot of people died here. Some of them were my friends. All of them were good at their jobs. That damn data better be worth it. The price was too high.
What can you tell me about your research here?
Haystrom's sun is destabilizing. Back when this was a Quarian colony, it was a normal star. It shouldn't change that quickly.
Any idea what's destabilizing the sun?
If I had to guess, I'd say that it was dark energy affecting the interior of the star. The effect is similar to when stars blow off mass to enter a red giant phase, but Haystrom's sun is far too young for this to be natural.
Whatever the reason, I'm glad I could help. Once you deliver that data, I could use you on the Normandy.
I promised to see this mission through. I did. I can leave with you and send the data to the fleet. And if the admirals have a problem with it, they can go to hell. I just watched the rest of my team die.
Maybe not the whole rest of your team, ma'am.
Rieger, you made it.
Your old captain's as good as you said. Damn Colossus never stood a chance.
If need be, the Normandy can get you out of here, Rieger.
The Geth didn't damage our ship. As long as we get out of here before reinforcements show up, we'll be fine.
Actually, I won't be going with you. I'm joining Commander Shepard.
I'll pass the data to the Admiralty port and let them know what happened. She's all yours now, Shepard. Keep her safe.
Yep. Tally's now on our team. We've recruited Tally, and Tally is a tech specialist and engineer. She does nothing but tech. She doesn't have any biotic powers or soldier powers, but she's still quite useful, and we're going to use her in the next mission. But that's going to be in the next episode, so tune in next time, and we will move on with our mission to save the friggin' galaxy. You know, again.